Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. Now, I need you to listen very closely because this video could be the most important one you watch all year. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. The reason I'm saying it is because you're losing something valuable every single day without even being aware of it. You're losing your brain power. I don't mean that in a frightening way, like you have some disease, but gradually and silently, you're letting your brain get older, weaker, and slower. And you're not doing anything to prevent it. You spend hours scrolling on your phone. You repeat the same boring routine every single day. You avoid anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. And then you wonder, why am I forgetting things? Why don't I feel as sharp as I used to? Why is life starting to feel so dull and heavy? It's because your brain is deteriorating. And if you don't take action now, if you don't protect it and train it like a muscle, you'll slowly turn into a zombie. You'll be awake, but not truly alive. This video isn't for people who just want some fun little tips. It's for people who are ready to fight for their minds. It's for people who want to stay sharp, powerful, creative, young, and full of life, even when they're 50, 60, or 70. In this video, I'm going to share the 16 most effective habits for keeping your brain young. And this isn't the boring stuff you see everywhere else. These are raw, real strategies that have been tested by people who don't just want to survive, they want to stay mentally alive. Points ahead. And if you follow these habits, you won't just have a younger brain. You'll think faster, speak more intelligently, and feel better overall. You'll wake up feeling energized, sleep like a baby, and, most importantly, you'll stop feeling like life is passing you by. But if you ignore this advice, don't complain later when your memory fades, your focus disappears, and you forget what it feels like to truly feel alive. This video is also great for improving your English skills. As you learn how to keep your brain young, you'll also enhance your English listening, comprehension, and confidence. So, you're not just training your brain, you're also growing your English skills. Let's get started. Let's rebuild your brain from the inside out. Habit number 1. Use your non-dominant hand sometimes. It sounds simple, right? But don't underestimate this small habit because it's a powerful mental tool that almost no one uses. Think of your brain like a tree. Every time you do something new or challenging, it grows a new branch. But if you do the same things every day, the tree just stays the same. There's no growth, no added strength. Using your non-dominant hand, the hand you don't normally use for brushing your teeth, eating, opening doors, or writing, forces your brain to wake up. You're not just moving your hand. You're building new neural pathways. You're training your brain to stay flexible, alert, and sharp. Let's say you always use your right hand. Today, try eating with your left. It'll feel awkward. You might even spill some food. You'll probably feel frustrated. But that's exactly the point. That awkwardness, that struggle, that's your brain saying, hey, this is new. I need to grow. I need to focus. You're forcing it to work harder. And that's where the magic happens. People who engage in this kind of brain training have better memories, think faster, and have a lower risk of brain aging as they get older. So start now. Try writing your name with your non-dominant hand. Try brushing your teeth tonight with a hand you don't usually use. Don't do it just for fun. Do it to fight brain decay. Because if you only do what's easy, your brain gets lazy, and lazy brains die young. Habit number 2. Do one hard thing every day. Let me be blunt. Most people want an easy life. They avoid anything that feels scary, painful, or uncomfortable. But here's a truth that nobody wants to hear. Your brain only stays young when it's challenged. Comfort is the enemy. Doing one hard thing every day means you're challenging your brain like a warrior, forcing it to grow stronger. What qualifies as hard? Speaking English, even when you're nervous. Waking up early when you don't feel like it. Saying no to junk food when everyone else is indulging. Striking up a conversation with someone new. Going to the gym. Studying one page, even when you're exhausted. Every time you push your mind into a little bit of discomfort or fear, you give it a jolt, a reminder that you're still alive. There was a man named David, 44 years old, who used to be sharp, but had become tired, unfocused, and weak. He asked his doctor, "Why does my brain feel so old?" The doctor replied, "Because you stopped doing hard things 10 years ago." He started small. He took a cold shower for 20 seconds every day. He forced himself to read one page of a book he didn't enjoy. He walked alone for 20 minutes without his phone. Within 30 days, he said, "My brain feels electric again, not because of pills, but because of the struggle." Here's a simple challenge for you. Right now, pick one hard thing to do today. Not tomorrow, not someday now. And do it. Then tomorrow, do another. Because if you don't, you'll rot in the comfort that's quietly destroying you. Habit number 3. Stay away from screens for a while each day. Let me hit you with some truth. Your phone is making your brain stupid. Yes, I said it. Not just slow, stupid. Every time you scroll, your brain is doing the same thing. Jumping, jumping, jumping. You scroll from one video to another, one post to another. Do you think your brain enjoys that? No. Your brain is being punished. It's like giving a child sugar every 3 seconds. What happens? The child becomes wild, unfocused, and weak. That's what's happening to your brain right now. And here's the scariest part. Most people can't even sit alone in silence for 5 minutes anymore. They panic. They grab their phone like it's oxygen. That's not normal. That's addiction. That's brain rot. Think of someone in your life who's always online. They check Instagram 20 times a day. They reply to messages in 2 seconds. They're always available. But talk to them in real life. They can't focus for more than 10 seconds. They forget things. They say what? 10 times in a conversation. They feel tired, lazy, and mentally slow. That's the price of too much screen time. So what do you need to do? Start small. Turn off all screens for just 30 minutes a day. No phone, no music, no YouTube, no background noise. Just sit, walk, think, right? Let your brain breathe. Do this daily, and your brain will start healing. Do this daily, and your focus will return. Do this daily, and you'll remember who you are. But ignore this, and your brain will soon be controlled. Not by you, but by a screen that doesn't care if you live or die. Habit number 4. Sleep in a dark, silent room. Let me ask you something. Do you sleep with the TV on? With lights in your room? With your phone next to your head? Then congratulations. You're slowly killing your brain while you sleep. Sleep isn't just rest. Sleep is when your brain cleans itself, repairs memories, resets emotions, and grows stronger. But only if it's deep. Only if it's dark. Only if it's silent. If light enters your eyes while you sleep, even a small light, a phone notification, a lamp, a street light through your window, your brain doesn't go fully deep, it stays half awake. The result? You wake up feeling tired, foggy, and irritated. You forget names. You lose focus. You feel older than you are. Imagine 2 men, same age, same job, same stress. One sleeps 7 hours in a dark, quiet room. The other sleeps 7 hours with lights on and his phone buzzing all night. After 30 days, one has energy, focus, and motivation. The other has headaches, a bad mood, and can't concentrate. What's the difference? Only how they sleep. Same hours, different quality. Your brain needs real sleep. You must make your room like a cave. Pitch black. Use an eye mask or blackout curtains. No sounds. Use earplugs or turn everything off. Keep your phone far away, outside the room if possible. This isn't a small change. This is a life-saving change. Because if you keep sleeping with distractions, you're not resting, you're rotting. Habit number 5. Walk alone in nature without your phone. Here's a question that most people can't answer. When was the last time you walked alone without your phone and just listened to the sound of the wind, trees, birds, or your own thoughts? If your answer is, I don't remember, then your brain isn't okay. It's trapped. You were born to experience life with your eyes, ears, skin, and heart. But now you only see through a screen. You only hear notifications. And you've forgotten how to just be. Walking alone in nature, even for 10 minutes, can reset your entire nervous system. It lowers stress. It improves memory. It boosts creativity. And it reminds your brain what peace feels like. There was a woman named Eliza who had panic attacks, brain fog, and constant stress. Her therapist told her, no pills, just walk outside every day without your phone. At first, she hated it. She felt bored, anxious, and restless. But after 1 week, she said, I heard the birds. I noticed the sky. I heard my own thoughts again. It was like meeting myself, after years. Her panic attacks slowed down. Her focus returned, not because of magic, but because nature is the medicine your brain forgot. Here's your challenge. Find a quiet place, a park, a garden, a road with trees. Leave your phone at home. Just walk, breathe, watch, listen. Do it daily. Not for weight loss, not for fun, but for survival. Because if you can't be alone with your thoughts, you're not in control. Again, this one will hurt because you're already addicted to the opposite. You forget something? You check Google. You forget a number? You check your phone. You forget a name? You ask again. It feels normal, right? But here's the harsh truth. Every time you check instead of trying to remember, your brain becomes weaker. You're training it to be lazy. You're teaching it, don't worry, brain, I'll ask again. I'll check again. And your brain stops working hard. This habit is about active recall, forcing your brain to pull out information without help. It's uncomfortable. It's hard. But that pain is exactly what keeps your brain sharp. For example, Sarah, a 25-year-old college student, used to forget everything. Her schedule, her lessons, even her passwords. Her teacher told her, stop writing everything down. Start using your brain like a toolbox, not a trash can. So, she did something crazy. Before checking anything, she waited 60 seconds. She tried to remember. She gave her brain one last chance. In 1 month, she felt a change. She remembered more. She learned faster. She even became more confident in her speech, not because she studied harder, but because she stopped outsourcing her memory. Here's a simple rule for you. Before you check something, pause, close your eyes, try to pull it from memory, even if it hurts. Because every time you remember on your own, you grow new brain connections. Every time you skip that chance, you cut those connections. This habit can make the difference between a brain that ages and a brain that thrives. Habit number 8. Do something new you're bad at. You're going to hate this one. Your ego will fight it. But I don't care. I'm here to protect your brain, not your feelings. Here's the truth. Your brain grows the most when you're terrible at something, not when you win, not when you're good, but when you fail and keep going. Do you want a young brain? Then go out and look stupid on purpose. Learn the piano, try public speaking, dance badly, cook a new recipe, draw a sketch. Your brain doesn't care if you look cool. It only cares if you're growing. You've done this before. You forget a phone number, so you check your contacts. You forget a word, so you Google it. You forget what someone said, so you ask again, and you think, it's okay. I'll just check. But here's what's really happening. Every time you check without trying to remember, you send a message to your brain. You don't need to work. I'll do it for you. Do this once? Fine. Do it every day. You destroy your memory, not all at once, but piece by piece. Now, think about this. You walk into a room and forget why. You meet someone and forget their name in 5 seconds. You read a word, and then 5 minutes later, you forget it. That's not age. That's not tiredness. That's a brain that's been taught to be lazy. Now, imagine doing the opposite. You forget something, and you force yourself to pause. You close your eyes. You dig. You fight to remember. You feel uncomfortable. You sweat a little. But then suddenly it comes back. That moment isn't small. That's your brain saying, thank you for using me. I'm still alive. That's how memory is built, not by searching, not by asking, but by struggling. Here's your challenge. Pick one thing this week that you're bad at. Do it. Practice it. Suffer through it. Because when you do what you're bad at, you tell your brain, we're still growing. But when you only do what you're good at, you become like an old dog doing the same trick every day, boring, slow, and forgotten. Habit number 9, talk deeply. Not just, hi, how are you? This habit will feel uncomfortable because it asks you to go deeper than fake smiles and small talk. Most people today speak like robots. How are you? I'm good. Nice weather. Busy day, huh? But let me ask you, when was the last time your brain felt truly alive during conversation? Not entertained, not distracted, but truly alive? Your brain needs depth. It needs conversations that make it think, feel, and reflect. If you keep talking about nonsense, your brain will start treating people like noise, and one day you'll forget how to even connect. Think of this. You meet someone, you both smile, you ask, how are you? They say, fine. You nod and move on. 2 days later, you forget their name. 1 week later, you don't remember their face. Why? Because nothing real happened in that conversation. Your brain didn't feel anything. No emotions, no meaning, just noise. Now, imagine this instead. You ask someone, what's something you're afraid to fail at? They pause. They open up. They say something honest. I'm scared of being alone one day. Your brain doesn't forget that. You walk away from that moment feeling connected, mentally alive, even emotionally changed. That's what keeps your brain young. Not fake small talk, but emotional truth that shakes you. What you must do, stop asking questions you don't care about. Stop giving answers that aren't real. And stop being scared of silence. Start asking, what's something that changed you this year? When was the last time you felt lost? What's something you've never said out loud? What's one thing you regret doing? What's your biggest fear? These are the kinds of questions that open people up and force your brain to engage on a deeper level. Your brain starts to listen carefully, feel emotions, analyze pain, and create new patterns. And if you never talk this way, you'll have 1,000 friends, but you'll still feel lonely because your brain never tasted real connection. Habit number 10. Change your daily routine often. This one will hit you hard because your routine, the things you do every morning, every afternoon, every evening, is quietly killing your brain. You wake up the same way. You eat the same breakfast. You walk the same road. You talk to the same people. You watch the same shows. You sleep at the same time. Your brain? It's sleeping with its eyes open. Repetition without variation is poison. It makes your brain lazy, stiff, and bored. And boredom isn't just a feeling. It's a signal, hey, I'm dying here. Think about your morning today. Did it feel like yesterday? Woke up, scrolled phone, same breakfast, same shirt, same path. Same music. That's your brain running on autopilot. And when you repeat this for weeks, months, years, you start to feel like life is moving fast, but you're not moving at all. You feel foggy, stuck, lifeless. But now imagine this. You wake up and brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand. You sit on the floor to eat breakfast instead of at the table. You walk down a different street. You listen to a language you don't know. You wear a color you've never worn. Suddenly, your brain starts noticing. It starts waking up. It starts saying, wait, this is new. Pay attention. That's how you feed it. That's how you stay alive up here. Points to head. Same routine equals same results. Change equals growth. What you must do, break the loop, not once, not twice, but all the time. You don't need a new job or a new life. You just need to switch things up regularly. Eat breakfast in a different place. Change your walking route. Brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand. Sleep on the other side of the bed. Work at a different table. Rearrange your room. Start your day without your phone. Read a new type of book. Small changes, big effects. Your brain gets surprised, and surprise equals growth. Because a brain that sees the same thing every day doesn't grow. It just slowly shuts down. You weren't born to live on repeat. You were born to create, and you can't create anything when you're stuck in the same loop for years. Habit number 11. Teach what you just learned. Habit number 12. Play strategy games, not mindless ones. Let's be very clear. Your brain hates boredom, but it hates stupidity even more. Most people play games to escape. Scroll games, candy tap games, endless tapping, bright colors, loud sounds, fast points, zero thinking. It feels fun, but it's destroying your brain's ability to think deeply. You're training your mind to expect rewards without effort, to touch and win, to move and get dopamine. And that is how you kill your brain while smiling. Now look at strategy games. Chess, Sudoku, word puzzles, memory card games, planning games with rules and thinking. These games hurt your head. You lose. You get stuck. You make mistakes. But that pain, that's your brain lifting weights. Next time you're bored, open your phone. Instead of clicking the usual easy game, try something that makes you think. You'll feel frustration, not fun. You want to quit. And that's the moment to stay. That's the moment your brain starts working again. You'll feel tired after 10 minutes because your brain isn't used to the effort, but that tiredness isn't bad. It's growth. Think about it. When you eat junk food, it tastes good, but it makes your body sick. Same with games. Junk games feel good, but they rot your brain. Habit number 13. Practice intermittent fasting for mental clarity. You won't like this because it doesn't sound fun or easy, but your brain doesn't care about comfort. It cares about control. Most people eat too much, too often, too mindlessly, and they don't realize one painful truth. When your stomach is always full, your brain becomes slow because digestion is work, and when your body is busy with food, your brain has less energy. Now, try this. Don't eat anything for 12. For example, try fasting for 12 to 14 hours, maybe from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. the next day. Limit your water intake to just once or twice a week during this period. You'll probably start to notice something quite interesting. You'll likely observe something interesting. The first 3 ideas will probably be pretty obvious. Then, your brain will seemingly go blank. And that's precisely when the real growth begins, because now you're forced to push yourself. Now, your brain has to dig deeper. This is where you'll uncover genuine creativity, the kind that can truly transform your life. Try it out today. Pick a problem you're facing. For instance, why am I always tired? Or how can I improve my focus? Or what's wasting my time? Set a timer for 7 minutes. Write continuously without stopping. No editing, no deleting, no talking. Around the 3-minute mark, you'll probably feel like giving up. Keep going. By minute 5, your brain will likely feel strained. Keep writing anyway. At minute 7, you'll probably have a thought that truly surprises you. That thought could potentially change your life. But if you're always brainstorming out loud, you'll only ever express what's already on the surface of your mind, never what lies deeper within. Habit number 15. Take cold showers to jolt yourself into mental alertness. This habit is admittedly quite intense, and that's precisely why it's so effective. Most people spend their entire lives seeking comfort. They want warm blankets, comfortable chairs, tasty snacks. They want everything to feel safe and secure. But here's the harsh reality. Comfort is actually the slowest way to stifle your brain. Because when your body is constantly comfortable, your mind becomes lazy. It stops challenging itself. It stops adapting to new situations. It stops evolving. Now picture this. You wake up, you turn on a shower, but instead of warm water, you blast it with ice-cold water. Every fiber of your being screams, no. Your chest tightens. Your mind starts to panic. You feel an overwhelming urge to run. And in that very moment, something remarkable happens. Your brain instantly snaps into full alertness. No coffee needed, no sugar rush, no phone, just pure shock, just survival. Because your body perceives itself as being under attack. And that's when your brain truly comes alive. Your breathing becomes more rapid, your awareness sharpens, your blood starts pumping, your focus intensifies, and your mind stops dwelling on trivial matters. This is genuine activation. This is mental control. Try this tomorrow. After your usual warm shower, for just 30 seconds, turn the water to cold. Really cold. You'll probably panic. You want to jump right out. Your brain will tell you, this is ridiculous. But stay in there and tell your brain, we don't run from discomfort anymore. After you do it, you'll feel awake, invigorated, and something deep down inside you will say, I can handle anything life throws at me. Because if you can learn to control your body's panic response, you can also control your mind's weaknesses. And that's what keeps your brain young and vibrant. Not hot showers, not easy mornings, not feeling safe all the time, but facing the challenges head on and standing tall. Habit number 16. Memorize one new poem or song every week. This is the final habit we'll discuss. And it's not something light or frivolous. It's not just for entertainment. It's like mental surgery. It's about fundamentally rebuilding your brain from the inside out. Because here's the truth that many people ignore. Your memory is gradually fading. Every day, you forget names, places, small moments, and you simply accept it as a normal part of aging. You attribute it to age, stress, or the pressures of life. But the real reason is far simpler than that. You've stopped actively memorizing things. You've come to expect that everything should be easily accessible. Why bother remembering a phone number when it's stored in your phone? Why memorize a word when you can easily look it up on Google? Why remember a sentence when the internet can save it for you? Because you've essentially outsourced your memory, and your brain has stopped making an effort. The solution? Choose a short poem, a verse from a song, or a meaningful quote, something that has rhythm, emotion, and a natural flow. Repeat out loud. Write down by hand. Test yourself on it. Make your brain work for it. Make it retain something tangible. Because memorizing is a form of deep thinking. It forces your brain to focus, repeat, structure information, and make connections. And that's how you build mental strength. Not by passively scrolling through social media, not by simply listening to something, not by watching videos, but by holding something meaningful inside you, word for word. Think about that one song you still remember from years ago. The one you didn't consciously try to memorize, but it's still stuck in your head. Now, imagine harnessing that same power intentionally. Use it to memorize a quote that inspires you, a poem that challenges you, or a sentence that deeply resonates with you, and repeat it every day until it becomes a part of who you are. Do this every week. In 1 year, you'll have 50 poems, quotes, and verses living inside your brain. Not online, not on your phone, but within you. And guess what? Studies have shown that people who memorize things regularly tend to have sharper focus, better memory recall, greater emotional control, and slower brain aging, which is all backed by solid scientific evidence. But if you never make an effort to memorize anything, your brain becomes like a library where all the books are missing. You walk inside, and everything feels empty. That's what most people's minds feel like these days. These habits aren't easy or comfortable. They're often uncomfortable, painful, and raw. That's precisely why they're so effective. Because everything that keeps your brain young and sharp lies outside your comfort zone. Your brain isn't your friend. It doesn't care about your dreams or aspirations. It only cares about conserving energy. And if you don't actively fight back, it will gradually shut down your mental fire. It will keep you safe, but you'll slowly lose your mind, piece by piece. But now you have the tools, the 16 weapons to fight back. Each one is simple, yet powerful. Each one is quiet, but deadly effective. Use them daily. Not for entertainment, not for likes or views, but for your own survival. Because if you don't protect your brain, no one else will. If this video has opened your eyes, if even one of these habits has resonated with you, then don't just watch it and forget about it. Put into practice. Live it. Fight for your brain, because most people will continue scrolling mindlessly. But you now know the truth. And if you want more videos that don't waste your time, videos that help you grow, think more effectively, and live a stronger, more fulfilling life, then subscribe to our channel right now. Because we're not here to simply entertain you. We're here to help you transform. Let's build the strongest minds together.